Hi, this is Admiral Hunter again, and this time I am going to be going over some duty officer tutorials. And I'm currently in Starfleet Academy at the Personnel Requisition Offices. Duty officers can be accessed by your mini-map right in the center here. A little group of, looks like 3 people. And these are the duty officers. And we have an overview tab which shows that I have some open slots. I have 1 in progress and I have 14 that have been completed. My next assignment completes in 7 hours. I have 307 officers out of a total of 400 that I can have. Some are on assignment, some are active in space and ground. We'll go over that in a bit. And also these are commendation advancements. So as you do assignments, they get kind of, you get some experience for certain abilities over here. Now these 307 officers, these aren't your bridge officers, these are duty officers. And these are the crewmen and women who are on your ship. You can sign them to do projects that take anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 days sometimes, so depending upon how you're set up. So I'm going to go over here to this tab and start off with my department heads. Now these are my bridge officers, and if you only have a few bridge officers, you're obviously just going to stick with, they're going to be doing some double duty. You know, your engineering officer will be covered for engineering, your science one will cover science and medical, and your tactical will cover tactical and security. I happen to have enough officers I can kind of spread things around, and I also have one set up as my first officer. And you can enable or disable first officer recommendations. The first officer recommendations are nice, but you don't always want to take them. We'll go over that in a bit when we're assigning some of our officers. And we can request duty officers, so you can either buy the packs directly in the thing, or if you happen to have them in your inventory, you can open them here and just do use, and they'll appear. So this shows the most recent ones that you've gotten. Ooh, I got some good stuff there. So I've got a couple officers on this one. Again, white, green, blue, and purple kind of covers the WoW color scheme as far as uncommons, commons, rares, and ultra rares. Actually, let me open this one up as well. And I've got quite a few. I've got a blue, some greens, some whites. So pretty good selection of officers. And if I go back to my overview, I'm now up to 321 officers out of my total of 400. So the duty officers themselves are listed here. So I have 321 in my roster, and they're all listed here. You can sort them by their quality, common, uncommon, rare. By their specialization, you can look at only the chefs, only the diagnostic engineers, only the diplomats, if you're looking for a specific officer. And also by their status, if they're active or on reserve or on assignment. Now, these two tabs here, active space and active ground, you can take 5 of your duty officers and assign them permanent positions on your staff to take care of things. And you'll see in the regular roster it shows their abilities. This one has a space ability for chance to partially regenerate shields when you take damage during and after using brace for impact. And here's another one, a space ability, chance to reduce the time to recharge torpedoes. So most officers have a ground and a space ability, or one or the other. So I have chosen some of my officers to assign here. I've grabbed some tactical officers and engineering officers. You can only have 3 of any type of buff. So if I have one that says, here I have a chance to reduce time to recharge torpedoes. And another one, chance to reduce the time to recharge torpedoes. That stacks. So they give me twice as much benefit in the chance to reduce time to recharge torpedoes. I could add 1 more of those, but not 5. Only 3 of a certain ability, a buff as it were. And I also have one for the chance to partially regenerate shields when you take damage after using brace for impact. And this one has recharge time on bridge officer abilities, and again, recharge time on bridge officer abilities. Kind of shortens my bridge officer ability recharge times. Now these are space abilities. I can go to active ground, and I have 5 different officers, all of them security at this point. And this time I used chance to beam down an additional security escort when using security team once, twice, 3 times I used that ability. And twice I have it try to reduce the time for a grenade to recharge when I throw a grenade. So these come into effect quite a few times. Usually you get 2 security officers when you have the ability to beam down a security team. Sometimes I've gotten up to 4 with these extra abilities, so that's kind of handy to have that backup. You can also have officers that will show up in sickbay. If you have an assignment that goes awry. Sometimes they'll get injured and get put in sickbay. I have one in the brig. I actually have a prisoner in my brig right now. Sometimes prisoners are used in assignments, and it's a required item. And you can also have passengers. And my cargo bay will also tell me what I have as far as in my inventory, as far as contraband, antigens, warp coils. So now onto the meat of it, the assignments themselves. In your current, you can get assignments from your current map. In this case, I'm in Starfleet Academy, so all my assignments here from the current map will be coming from Starfleet Academy. Or personal. You have ones that relate directly to your ship. And these can pretty much, these will be available for you whether you're in space or in space dock or wherever you're at. These are your personal ones for your ship. I have one that is in progress. It'll be 7 hours till it's completed. And I have 14 that have been completed. And you'll see I have some successes. And if I scroll down, I have a moderate success. I have a critical success, which offers more rewards when you complete it. And also, you'll see some of the assignments are uncommon. There's a rare assignment here. So sometimes you want to kind of focus on any of the assignments that are rare, maybe uncommon. And when you're done, you basically collect your rewards. Let me grab a couple of these. Now, one thing is new is temporal assignments. I ended up getting a couple of these with the Dominion lockboxes, and success on the temporal assignments, which I believe is like a little drop that shows up in the drop box as like a temporal assignment dossier. I actually received as a reward a I guess a time agency duty officer to add to my crew, which is kind of nice. So TI Agent Silai and TI Agent Dolva are part of the rewards. You can also earn recruitment experience, engineering experience, exploration experience. Here you can actually gain experience itself, well actually expertise for me, but experience if you're not max level, and skill points. Getting experience from doing duty officer assignments is like a free level almost every time you log in. If you sock yourself up and really fill out your roster of duty assignments while you're away, when you come back and you accept your assignments, you can almost level up automatically that way. It really increases leveling speed. So let me accept some of these. See, I have a couple items over here. And then if I go to current map, I'm going to set myself up for an assignment. Nothing here looks terrible. I do have something here that's required. I would need 8 Bataret incense to do this mission. I happen not to have it. And on personal, I have something that's missing here, which is I need 1 medical supply, which is simple enough to get. I can always go to my replicator, and your replicator can create, along with food, it can create quite a few items that you can use, just commodities. It's expensive to use your replicator as opposed to finding somebody who sells them. And at the very bottom, you'll also notice that you can generate your own emergency medical holograms, emergency security holograms. So these are available to you as you level up. I think you start off with Doctor, move into Assault Squad Officer, and then eventually get a Damage Control Engineer. But these are available to you also as duty officers. This is another way to get them. So I'm going to go in for medical supplies, and I need 1. So if it's a small number of something, I don't mind spending it. Replicate 1. Boom. And we're a little slow today. Little network lag. That's okay. So as I go in and assign my officers, I will say plan the assignment. So it gives the success abilities and then the scientists and what abilities they have that might benefit it. So when I go into plan my assignment here, my bridge officer has recommended these 3 people for this possible position here, giving priority to them being a gravimetric scientist and also to maybe having some other abilities. Now, you'll notice these 2 officers have plus 5% bonuses, and this one has a plus 10%. And purple quality bridge officers have plus 20%. So they add an extra bonus to a lot of the abilities. So I'm going to put in this 10% bonus person here. And I'll also notice that my casualty risk is low. That is one thing I learned. accidentally assigned a very high value purple bridge officer to what was essentially a suicide mission, and I lost him. That was a little devastating. But you definitely want to check the casualty risk, you know, and also they'll probably only die during a mission disaster. So I'm at a 0% disaster. I don't have to worry about losing anybody, and even then the casualty risk is pretty low. So I don't feel too bad about putting in some nice rare quality officers. Now I'm at a 16% critical success rate or an 84% success rate with those two officers I chose. 0% chance of failure, 0% chance of disaster. Now these are both blue officers with a 10% bonus, but only one ability, gravimetric scientist, and this one happens to be photonic studies scientist. Here's a 5% officer with gravimetric scientist and eidetic memory. So let me, I hope I pronounced that right. Let me try putting him in to this position here and swap him in. My success rate pretty much stays the same. So a 5% officer with extra bonuses can make up for having a higher level bridge officer in that spot. So pretty much you can use lower level green or white bridge officers if they happen to have enough of the extra bonus abilities to give you those bonuses. So again, if you don't want to risk some of your higher level guys, you can look for lower level guys which maybe have more benefits that can give you that extra bonus. So I'm going to start the assignment here, and boom, it's done. It is now in progress, and it'll give me a time for it to complete. And it puts it in the queue, so that's a short 4-hour mission. That'll pop up before the other one's done. I'll go back here. Let's see, shield emitters. We have a low. There's no chance of a casualty on this one, so that's always nice. So I'm going to go in here. I need a character with Shroud. So this requires an officer with the Shroud ability, and I have Tusk and some Jem'Hadar here, and I'm going to grab the 20% one. I'm pretty comfortable, no chance of casualty. I'm going to pop him over there. Now, as I'm going through, I've got a 5 with a logical, and okay. If I don't like what my bridge officer has suggested, I can go to display the entire reserve roster for characters who will fit this. It'll only show me engineering officers, and then I can say, let's look at the very rare guys first. Okay, I have a 20% one there that could fit the bill. How about rares? Oh, I have one that has a green ability here, but he is stubborn, which gives more of a bonus towards a disaster happening. Who else? So nobody really here. That's usable. Let me check in uncommon. Fabrication engineer. No, pretty much. My officer seemed to make the right call, except I can use a very rare just to get that extra 20% bonus in there. Boom. And then go in and, oh, did I swap them out? Yes, I need one more. So I'm out of rare who fit the bill, or very rare. Let's go for rare here. Now, I think I'll go back to display recommendations, and I'll grab myself one of the ones that he suggests. So start my assignment, not to worry about anybody getting hurt. So we have a 45-minute mission, a 30-minute mission. Sometimes you want to run shorter missions during the day if you can. It's kind of like Farmville. If you can check in more often, run some of the shorter missions, and then at night when you're about to log out, if you're going to be away for an extended time, throw in some of the 2-day missions, you know, 24-hour missions, that sort of thing. Go back to my current map. So that pretty much covers assigning duty officers to assignments. So you'll get rewards such as energy credits, dilithium, experience for your specific areas, experience, and even skill point bonuses just from doing these. I believe I can currently run 21 missions. I think the default is 20 missions that you can have going at any one time. As we build out the starbase, we'll be able to add extra tiers, so we'll be able to do up to 23 duty officer missions at any one time. So where do you get duty officers? Well, you can buy them on the exchange, but they can be a little expensive. You can also come over here and you can talk to Lieutenant Farah, who's the cat fellow back there. And he has a store. He'll tell you about the duty officers themselves. But if you go to the store, you can buy duty officers. So I don't have enough tier 4 development yet for this, but I do have... Oh, actually, I don't believe... Oh, I'm also a little low on dilithium. I've been donating stuff. So I do have some here. It costs like 1,000 dilithium to buy some of these officers. As you level up, you'll also notice there's 2 little things down here. You can get tokens. So as you level up in, say, espionage or military or science, you can get a token for a specific type of bridge officer that you can use to buy yourself a bridge officer, or spend dilithium. I happen to don't have any on me right now, but you can buy some pretty decent officers that way. Also, if you happen to come across missions where you're required to have a chef or an entertainer or a refugee, you can look for, oh, I need a medical person, he needs to be a doctor and have, he needs to be stubborn or be aggressive. You can look at their traits up here as well if you're looking for a specific officer to meet a specific duty officer requirement. Logical, tactful, telepathic on this one, founder of the Federation. So you can check who you're going to buy beforehand. Now, if you want to upgrade your officers, you also have the option to go to the personnel officer and submit a request for personnel. So this is I'm going to go for a tactical officer cadre. This is a duty officer assignment that you just need to do once. You don't assign anybody to it because it will give you free officers. Okay, I'm going to start the assignment, and if I go to in progress, it is about 2 days to get some free officers, and I believe you get a couple common level officers to fit that role. I can do it for tactical, I can do it for engineering. Start my assignment, and science officer, start my assignment, and get some civil corps, some civilians. Boom. Now in 2 days I'll have a couple extra officers. It's a good way just to get started, get yourself a couple officers. Do some duty officer missions will assign officers, some missions will provide officers, and again, you can always buy the duty officer packs from the store. Now, general recruitment, let's see. Oh, this is also for, I can't. I need 1,000 dilithium to at least do a general recruitment one. I don't happen to have it on me, but dilithium's pretty easy to come across. Now, I can also reassign underperforming officers, and I can take common duty officers, and I can take 5 common, again this costs dilithium, 5 common duty officers of white level and hand them in and get a green back. I can also take 5 green level officers with a dilithium again, 5 green level officers, turn them in for 1 blue, and I can also take 5 blues and turn them in for 1 purple, again with the dilithium cost attached to it. So not terribly efficient at the high levels if you're moving from blues to purples and sometimes green to blues, but you can easily get get rid of some common duty officers for a cheap price and at least move yourself into some more green officers for your assignments. And that is the basics for duty officer assignments. I hope this helped you out and will get you on your way to easy leveling and fast, fun duty officer assignment goodness. Okie doke. I'll see you in the boards, and I'll see you in game.